Ba 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 da ba. Ba 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 da ba. Ba 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 ba. Ah, shit. Hello, everybody. Welcome in on to stream today. I goofed. We're kind of doing a little bit of a surprise stream style shit today going on because I forgot to include this in my stuff I was doing. But we've got the new Occult Crescent coming up. Are out today and plus a few other things. But before we get started, I forgot to do one thing. The start ad is going to be kicking in to begin with. I really wish I could change that, but apparently I can't. So we're gonna go back to the start screen for a few more minutes, and then we'll come right back. So be right back, folks. The ad is over. The ad is over. Over. That's the only thing I need. Anytime I start stream like this, I need to make sure I actually check. That's a good old pre-roll ad if I don't disable that thing. But hello everybody, welcome on in. I'm here with Sinandra. And we are, I don't know what Sinadra's doing, but I'm gonna hop into the Occult Crescent stuff. We're gonna take a look at that, see what's going on there. I was looking at the patch notes to see where I start this damn thing. I'm pretty sure it said Tuliolol. Yep. It's Now, already reading through the patch notes, there is one thing that I am already, would be a blue, there it is, and last hurrah. There's already one thing I'm not a fan of, and I wasn't even a fan of it back during the Eureka days. They did do the one thing that I was really hoping they wouldn't have done, but you need it in order to hopefully to calm down a little bit. But there's a special like zone that you can enter. You have a certain amount of items, blah blah blah. At least it's up to 48 players now. It's not like you're a cycler, aren't you? Just the man I was after hasn't happened. Old Cat and Ram asked me to catch me to find him here. Says he's got a proposition for you. Stay right here, I'll go fetch him. Apologies for calling you like this, but I was hoping we could parlay before you took leave of Tuliolol. I'll cut right to the chase. I want you on board for the final expedition. Before I get to the particulars, allow me to spin a quick yarn. These days, any organization that worth their salt bound for Tuliolol will take the established route and skirt the southern Indigo Deep. The backward maps of the realm are nothing but blank parchment past Vilbrand. All we have is the allure of their horizon to guide us. Most of me fellow explorers weighed anchor and cut course of due west, heading straight for adventure. Alas, most were lost to the waves. Miku and I searched the Turel on the continent's raging northward and avoiding the same treacherous waters that claimed them. That stretch of the deep came to be known as the Shade's Triangle. I had a notion to solve its mysteries on behalf of my fallen comrades, but after arriving on these shores, it was not the land, it was the land, not the sea, that promises adventures anew. Once I'd settled here and disbanded the expedition, I never did get the opportunity. Then I crossed paths with a certain realm-renowned adventurer and began to wonder. Something told me that with your help, that I'd finally shed light on the mystery of those cursed waters. How about it? Will you join this old explorer on one final jaunt? You had me at mystery, but what of your duties at the palace? big question there. Not to worry, I propose all this with the full backing of the dog servants. Truth be told, even before Google Jaja asked me to watch the corner and the football lot, I feared I'd never sail again. Anyhow, I sensed the pair were wise to be worrying, so I laid it all bare. And you say the mystery of the Shade Strangles haunted you since? The region of which you speak is an impediment to trade with foreign nations. Any effort to unravel its secrets would ultimately benefit Toriola. Sounds like it might be the last chance you get, especially if you're hoping to get Cypher involved. Besides, Papa would turn in his grave if we barred his old friend from one final voyage. I say follow your heart, Tanqua. Sure you'll be wanting more details, but I'd like to set sail sooner rather than later. Let's reconvene once we put a few months between us and the harbor. The ship is ready and waiting. Had her sent over from Lidzos especially. When you're ready, speak with us again over on the pier. Okay, now let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Cypher, I presume. Ketram told me all about you. The name's off again. Navigator by trade. They say the Shade Trial is back to storm year-round, but a closer look at the charts will tell you that ain't strictly true. For a brief season, the skies clear and the seas calm. Hence why the old explorers eager to weigh anchor. What's the matter? Don't worry, you're aware of clambered onto this little rowboat. We're not rowing all the way to the Shade Triangle. Our vessel's waiting out beyond the chapel. Anyway, when you're good and prepared to leave, say the word. Plot a course for water unknown, are you? Yep. Don't know whether to respect your medal or question your sanity, but you're welcome, Lord. Shade Triangle, here we come. Sailing thus far, might be time to talk about our destination. Shade Triangle is a churning mess of stories, so every time a vessel goes missing in the region, most blame the treacherous conditions. Hear this. There are records of the last ship seeking the charcoal waters, and the message they relayed is that escorts has passed astray. Conditions fair. Crescent Shade Isle is slightly considered. Potential safe havens are in storms. Attempting to make landfall. They never made it back to port despite the policies. Folks taking it from Colony Island via Occult Crescent ever since. They say it's not but a shifted mirage that claims the lives of all of us. Everyone on board knows the risks involved in a voyage like this. But there ain't nothing like the thrill of the unknown to trump good sense. Aye, the whiff of mystery and the promise of new discovery it's hard to resist. Am I right thinking the same applies to you, adventurer? Anyhow, why don't we get acquainted with the rest of the crew? I'll be here checking the charts. Once you got a measure of the folks risking their hides along with me, come and find me. fact of the matter is, I know how they're pulling this trick off, but I was just playing. Like, the one time I'm like looking at the whole thing and I'm just like, yeah, I know how they're pulling this off. Granted, it works, but once you know the whole trick behind it, it's just like... It's like, technically we're not even moving. It is the illusion that we're moving. Okay, it's not done very well here to kind of show that we are moving, but then again, I've never actually been on an open ocean before, so I can't really, confirm it on that. Think about whatever's waiting for us in those waters, it's excitement that wins out. That's fair. The fact we see these things every once in a while now, it's kind of like a bit of a nice little thing. They actually put on the ships. It's the same thing I think we used to fight Leviathan. Perfect. Long ago. My grandmother once sailed this book. Yeah. That was little magic that one. It was like the wind right there with them when they first got landfall and hurry off. What's the all there? Once they're over, left them down, and it got them. They didn't count on it on a great big mountain by the their destination. Once they were ashore, they soon forgot all about the Far East. Eventually my grandfather settled, and here I am, 3 generations later. All accounts, journeying with Ketram is life-changing. I mean that in the best possible sense, of course. Yeah, if he doesn't live to the end of it. Let's deal with here, Inspector. This isn't a foolhardy treasure hunt. No solving the Isles. No, solving the Isle secrets will be worth any glittering dreams. If we can open up safe passages to the island, then there is potential to establish a permanent landing. Just imagine the move the foreign trade that was ready. All of which there is to say there is more at stake here than finding our partners. I realize the music was kind of loud. There's no telling what awaits us on the island, which is why we've enlisted the help of experts and artisans to supplement our crew. One fellow, while wishing we'd steered clear of the... After we left the port, I caught a crazed fool trying to launch one of the lifeboats. We managed to lock him in the hold, but the withdrawal said about drinking all the rum in sight. In the end, we tied him up and stuffed him in one of the barrels he drained dry. That's fair. Looks like you had a good chat with the crew. That's the one thing with seafarer. The close-knit crew is in the best spot on the open sea. I know there's talk about defeats and leaking parole, but in truth, I couldn't have done it without these fellow explorers. Wherever the winds might take us, I consider it my duty to get us all set there and back in one piece. Right, we'll be entering the Shades Triangle any moment now. Look sharp. Land ho! Hold steady, we'll sail right straight for her. Aye aye. No, right now I'm not doing too many voices either, but I can't really, like... I'm trying. Won't lie, I've been feeling this, I'm on some medication right now, and it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. Huh. And it's gone. Where's that blasted island? We just had it in our sights. Land spotted off the starboard stern. What? Don't tell me we careened right past it. Get this Hulk turned around. And it'll disappear again on this. Lost sight of the damn thing again. Shifting mirage was right on the money. The island itself were moving, the waves would be surging all over the bulwark. This is no natural phenomenon. Something's messing with our perception. Okay, I didn't even catch what it said. There I heed, but I'm not sure I follow. Who are you talking to? Strange voice, you say? I didn't hear a thing. What the? I've lost control of the rudder. It's like something reeling us in. Gods. Couldn't be the island, could it? Oh. How's the hull looking? No obvious damage, but the ship stuck fast. Almost as if we dropped anchor. Perfectly docked and without a single scratch. There ain't a helmsman alive who could have managed that. I fear she'll end up like that if we try and shift her. I reckon we'd have brought here by some sort of arcane trickery. Trap too, most likely. Magicked right to our destination. Quite the stroke of luck, if you ask me. Well, there's nothing for it but to get this expedition underway. That voice you heard on the ship. I'm starting to wonder whether it wasn't some kind of summons. I'm glad to have you with us regardless. As for the isle itself, I'd assumed it was uninhabited. Certainly wasn't expecting to come across this phantom village. Like it or not, there's some sort of ward encompassing the plan to keep the island to keep us here. That said, there's a chance ethereal currents could circumvent the ward, assuming you can tap into one. Might be worth a try if adventure calls you elsewhere. Any road, as much as I'd like to gather a crew and get stuck right in, we'd better secure the perimeter first. Oh, and I thought I'd give you a journal to jot down your findings along the way. Thank you for that, buddy. I figure there's more than a few folks who would appreciate the record of your exploits here. Fill those pages and give them something to sink their teeth into. Thank you, buddy, for the notebook. And then we got the occult record. Yep. Before we talk to you catting around, I want to see this ethereal current thing that we're talking about. Yeah, okay. It's pretty obvious. Odd. Not a single soul about. No use pondering, though. Better take a look while Ophangum stands guard. As long as the ship's safe, so are all the provisions on board, and that means one less worry while we're getting our bearings. Let me know if you find anything of interest. I found something. It's called a floor. Ornament carved by skilled hands as they view stone exude a faint glow. It's unclear whether the stone emits like naturally or if some internal mechanism is causing an illumination. Okay. Glowy rock. The door shield's shut, but with a bit of persuading, I reckon I could prise the lock open. Overgrown building. Floor is choking the building, and the overall state of the case suggests it's been abandoned for some time, left to the mercy of the elements. And though this fountain is fucking glorious, into one of those scenarios. Vantage point. Two shipwrecks are visible in the eerily still bay, no doubt once crewed by the brave sailors seeking the inner reaches of the Shades Triangle. Judging from their orientation, the vessels must have sunk while attempting to leave the island. There's no telling whether the souls on board were also lost to the waves. Okay. I'm guessing you're no closer to solving the island's mysteries either. Looking at these structures, I'd say it's ancient. The original inhabitants may be long gone, but I was half hoping to find a few survivors from the wrecks at the very least. Anyhow, this building in particular took me interest. I managed to force the lock. I don't want you to think I make a habit of breaking locks in general skullduggery. Only other than when strictly necessary, of course. Let's take a look inside, shall we? Cool, a dark chamber with a sarcophagus. A sarcophagus, do you reckon? Wouldn't get too close if I were you. I sense arcane trickery afoot. These candles aren't being kept alight by natural means, that's for damn sure. That's looking like an Ascian symbol. Just as I thought. Experience tells me a word like this will have us jumping through hoops to spell it. Let me see what I can do. That symbol is looking like vaguely Ascian. Not sure which is the more confounding mystery. Your magic touch or this godforsaken rock we're standing on? Or Tomberry? Thoroughly refreshed and raring to go. And who might you two be? Wasn't expecting the common tongue. You take me for some benighted fool? Perhaps a valid supposition given my current form. You stand before the archive, the very definition of erudition. Now hurry up and introduce yourselves. Okay. Oh, cipher it is. those keen, searching eyes of yours. Clearly, you have an inquisitive mind like no other. Save my own, that is. I'm Ketra. I'm an explorer hailing from Lidzal Mensa. We're here on an expedition backed by the nation of Tuliolal. Lidzal what now? Tuliolal? I visited each of the 12 city-states and learned all there is to know about the peoples and the cultures, but those names ring unfamiliar. 12? To think a whole nation will elude me. Tell me, when exactly was this Tuliolal founded? I don't know. Bruh, you've been asleep for many, many years, apparently. At least a few eras. The 7th astral era? I moved to the island to avoid spreading the affliction that left me, as you see. I probably fell into a deep slumber. Memory serves, such a plague swept the realm at the end of the 5th astral era. That means you've been asleep for more than 1,500 years. That would explain why I feel so well rested. Now that I'm awake, I should very much like to see what has become of the Isle. I certainly don't recall the memorial fountain being so begrimed with algae. Perhaps you do speak the truth. The strange aether I sense pervaded in the land. Could it be a ward of sorts? The noggin's still foggy after that eons-long slumber. There was a time when I knew all kinds of things. The name of every battle, the weight of all the riches in the world to the aunts. I was a wise old man, a gushing font of knowledge. Say, that could be a real boon for your expedition once I get up to speed. I shall join you on your endeavors. Seeing as there's nothing in the settlement out to kill us, I think it's time we get the crew ashore and earn their keep. I'll be right back. Hopefully we can learn more about the Isle from our newfound co-conspirator. The archive has been added to the occult record. The archive yearns to make sense of this situation. Would you care to elaborate upon what brought you here? So this isle lies in the heart of the Shades Triangle, and many a ship has gone missing in these waters. You mentioned that the wreck's out in the bay. Not unreasonable to think some of those sailors would have made it ashore, but Well, sure, but why did no one try to wake me? The door to your chamber was tightly barred. But your burly companion was able to force the lock. I dare say younger, swarthier sailors would have even less trouble getting that door open. I love how we just like dismiss this. Never mind that. I'm so puzzled about the strange voice that only I can hear. So I took one look at you and sealed the sarcophagus back up. A ridiculous notion. Might be old, but I'm swift and springly. I've been up and about in a flash if there's so much shift in the coffin lid. Never mind that. Still puzzled by that strange voice I keep hearing. You mean to imply that someone summoned you here? Clearly it wasn't me. I've been sound asleep for the last few millennia, give or take. What a tantalizing conundrum. We must simply get to the bottom of this. Is it knowledge you seek? What manner of creature is this? Familiar, methinks. This is a fairy employed by the Nemean scholars of Eld. Was it you who summoned her? Me? Preposterous. I would have summoned something more statuesque. How rude. My name is Iris, and I wasn't called forth by a wizened little wretch like you. Give him a little bit of sass. Wizened? You mean wise, you petulant little whelp. Honestly, who would ever summon a companion so lacking in manners? I know exactly what I meant, and you, sir, are lacking in wisdom. A seal has been placed upon your worldly knowledge, thus preventing its use. You can only speak of what the long-haired individual over here has seen and learned firsthand. Is that so? Well, that explains why I can't muster the faintest mote of magic. I tried to heal myself earlier, but to no avail. Centuries of sleep on that cold stone slab really took its toll on my lower back. I think that's fair. Enough of you and your aching bones. Iris, where's your master? Let me try a different tack. Why were you summoned here? I don't know. Ha! Looks like someone else had their knowledge sealed away. If I'm wizened and lacking wisdom, then you're not but an unfamiliar. I'll tell you one thing, that fairy was steeped in the same aether permeating the island. As I surmised, there's a strange ward covering the isle in its entirety. No doubt those ships in the bay were caught in its pool. Well, wards can't just cast themselves, meaning someone's responsible for those poor souls who perished in the Shade's Triangle. Methinks our focus ought to be finding out what we can about this individual. And let's not forget the strange voice you keep hearing. For all we know, it could be connected in some way. Right, let's go over and speak with Joffrey over yonder. He ought to have word of the progress at the base camp. I don't know. Last time I interacted with a Joffrey, it was Game of Thrones, so I'm suspicious of anyone named Joffrey or Jeffrey. Jeffroy? I'm pleased to hear the preparations are well underway. I sent the advance party has gone ahead, but the ship being unloaded. We already found an ideal spot to stage forays into the island's southern reaches, and are setting up camp as we speak. When you're ready to head out, just say the word. Once you're out in the field, you'll have to speak with Kettler and decide how to proceed. The support crew will be stationed here in town. Be sure to avail yourself of their services if you're in need. If you're after a weaponsmith, word is we hired a truly remarkable craftsman for the expedition. Judging by his reputation, he'll soon have your weapons honed to deadly perfection. That smithing will be set up over yonder. Do drop by if you're interested. Well, that's all from me. Give me a shot when you're ready to make for the encampment. Occult Crescent, South Horn now accessible. You stand upon the Occult Crescent, an uncharted isle in the heart of the Shades Triangle. Whether you choose to join your fellow explorers in large-scale battles against the fiercest foes, or take on the Crescent's density in a series of small skirmishes, there are many ways to proceed and much to uncover on these shores. Following today's escape, jetpack. So it looks like they're not using this as a leveling opportunity. Accessible for Disciples of War Magic, level 100 and above. Required item level 690, and it probably would be synced to 700. And then, much like Eureka, it's got its own leveling system. I love how they have, like, the box out here. I understand what I must do. You know, now that I think about it, something crosses my mind. Why don't we just have a fairy minion? Why don't we have, like, minions of, like, the stuff we can summon? It's kind of one of those legit questions I ask myself here. Arcane artistry. That rum-addled reprobate. Wouldn't be surprised if I found him floating in the sea. Oh, I've need of a smithy, do we? I'm afraid we ain't up and running yet. Truth be told, the weapon ship we hired bolted before we could finish setting up shop. Master of his craft by all accounts, but he's nothing but trouble since he set foot on the ship. Kept trying to escape, so we threw him in the hold. Oh, okay, I see what happened. Our woes didn't end there, though. He drank most of the booze we brought along for the expedition. I tell you, the brother was half pickled by the time we hauled him out. Any road, the bastard's now gone and disappeared. This fellow you speak of sounds vaguely familiar. Aye? You're already acquainted with the scoundrel, or yours is home to one of the most cantankerous weaponsmiths that I've fought. This is that there aren't many folks willing to sell for Shades Triangle. While we were scratching around trying to find someone, a certain enterprising woman put us in touch. And they say there ain't a finer weaponsmith alive today, but he drinks like a sailor on shore leave and is up to his neck in debt. He signed up for an expedition to settle his dues. Yep. Eddie Road, he can't have gotten far, but it's not like there's any way off this rock. And if he's half as good as they say, I'd reckon he'll be a boon for your adventuring. Keep your eyes peeled. If you run into a shirtless, rub-soaked, good-for-nothing by the name of Geralt, tell him to come see me. Buddy. Buddy. You drunken bastard. Hey, drunk ass. Not a drop or up to be had in this bloody ghost town. There was no mention of the Shades Triangle when I signed this goddamn contract. Talk about false bloody pretenses. More fool me for trusting that wily her than eh? Who the hell's are... Oh, bugger me. Can't I do one bleeding job without you showing your ugly butt? That said, there's never a dull moment when us two team up. How about we finish the job sharpish and get off this desolate rock, eh? love how he saw him and was just like, oh, son of a bitch. You again. That by itself was worth a mountain. That was funny. That's a hard time coasting back. Apologies for all the trouble. Nah, it wasn't that hard. Right, with the smithy up and running, it's time you started earning your keep. Listen here, do you really think about slowing the hammer and tongs knocking out work any village smith but half a brain could handle? Now, nothing less for the non-impossible feats of genius stoke the fire these days. Says the impudent sot who drank the whole dry, racking up more debt in the process. You're hardly in a position to dictate terms. Though it does seem to have to fork over eye-watering sums to it. Yes, it is as fast as working. Or is it? Yeah, in order to his finest weaponsmith, only to have him forged in plain old swords and shields. Any ideas, adventurer? I'm sure Eorzea's finest weaponsmith has his own ideas. He does, as a matter of fact, devising a new means of providing weapons and armor. Couldn't help notice all the aether permeating this place. Reckon I'll tap into that somehow. Of course I'll need the raw materials. Some magic warp ore from this isle should just do the trick. That's all you're after. Our surveyors will soon be conducting a preliminary excavation. Is that all you need to start? Nope. Hardly. If that was the case, any old fool could do the job. Magical properties can be fleeting and elusive. That means to properly harness the Aether, there's every chance that the ore degrade in the process. So you'll be requiring something else besides raw materials. Any inkling as to what that might be? Sometimes a foul beastie in the thrones of death will leave behind a crystallized chunk of their life essence. I've used the stuff in the past, and while it ain't exactly common, I'd wager you'd find it on this bastard rock. Not that it's unique to the island, mind. I'm sure you'll find it elsewhere too. Does this mysterious crystal have a name? Indeed it does. The Mitama. We got a cringe from it. Thanks for providing the spark our weaponsmith needed. Looks like he's committed to fulfilling his contractual duties at the very least. So how about you feel about Adam the Fiend fellow and part of the gambit? Well, you're acquiring the Mitama. We'll see how Geralt, amenable Geralt is helping around the smithy. I reckon that's a reasonable division of labor. The face. Like, oh my god, not this again. It's definitely the face of, oh god, not this again. Berry. Well, it looks like I can get it elsewhere. Let me actually read this real quick. The Mitama can be obtained from fates and critical encounters on the Occult Crescent South Pole. It can also be obtained from fates in other regions. These regions are Yucapacha, Kazumauka, Yaktel, Shaloni. Heritage found in living memory. Okay. So we can get it from fates too. How many Mitama do we need? Oh no. I know what this is already right out the gate. It's Heavensward Fate Grindia. Yeah. I see why we had that face. Well, we'll head to the Occult Crescent. Take a look at this wondrous region. Thus the new grind begins. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better location to stage an expedition than this. And to think we'd even find something akin to an aetheryte. Any luck, there'll be a few more dotted around the isle to avail ourselves of. Make sure you tune with this one before leaving camp. Don't forget to attune to the aetheryte. Speaking of leaving off, our advanced party scoured the area and brought back a few bits and bobs of interest. The archive was appraised in the cache, but he soon scampered off and started poking around that heap of rubble. Better see what he's up to. Oh. Okay, so I need to scale this up since this has just popped up. Like I've been doing with every one of these. I've been slapping it in my corner here. Knowledge level 1. I'm a phantom freelancer at the moment. Let's scale it down just another tick. That's not that much. Okay, so purchase items, what you got? You probably got okay. Yeah, we're not gonna rush to that because I gotta figure out shit. There you are. I've got something crystalline to show you. Ha! Just as I thought. You laid eyes on the crystal, I was able to tap into my wealth of learning on the topic. Sealed knowledge business is awfully frustrating, I must say. What I handed you with the soul shard from the 5th astral era. Contained within it the phantasmal records of arcane arts and combat disciplines pioneered by the 12 city-states of Eld. I'm sure the methods you modern combatants employ are far more refined than those of my day. Nonetheless, you might benefit from learning the old ways of waging war. Under normal circumstances, I'd find myself soul shard and fight alongside you, but I can't access what's inside. Bored again by the seal that the diminutive little scallywag spoke of. Given you were summoned here especially, I dare say you'll have no trouble using it. However, go on, try fixing it to your garb. Phantom jobs unlocked. Okay. Full shard of possession gives you access to 3 phantom jobs: Phantom Knight, Phantom Monk, and Phantom Bard. These supplementary jobs can be selected via the Phantom Job window while in the Occult Crescent. Okay. Selected Phantom jobs enable the use of job-specific Phantom actions. Phantom actions are displayed on the Phantom Action panel, which they may be selected for execution. Much like other actions, Phantom actions can be registered to the hotline. You are currently a Phantom freelancer. Select your chosen Phantom job in the window and proceed with the expedition. Okay. Speak with the Expedition Advisor here in the base camp, or Joffrey in the Phantom business, or more. Okay. So, in the weird sense that I'm going to start off with, I'm going to actually start off as the freelancer. I'm not going to change yet. We're going to level up the freelancer. Arcanauts? Wow, that's the gear they showed. And I am now... first off, I'm gonna take off the old gear. Just because this is a fucking... And of course, yep, Vera can't wear the headpiece. Because... why would they? Okay, here we go. Okay, it looks like I was partially right. No, I was right. Okay, cool. Nice. Granted, I don't know what it would take to grind this stuff out, but... I definitely want that coat. That coat is a fabulous coat. Oh, time to head out. Do I have to actually equip a phantom job? Like, actually forcing me to? Nope. That's a kill. Ow. Excellent, I see you've managed to interface with the Soul Shard. There's one caveat. I believe it will only work within the confines of the island's ward. Nevertheless, as you accumulate more knowledge, you'll soon be able to draw on more potent techniques. What's more, I don't think that's the only Soul Shard on the island. I'm positive you'll acquire others on your travels. The more you possess, the greater array of ancient techniques you'll have at your fingertips. Well, I shan't keep you from your excursions any longer, but you better speak with that imposing lass over there before you depart. These walls have seen better days, but they're solid enough. As long as we secure the entrances, the camp will be safe while you're out roaming the isle. Roaming's all well and good, but we need a firm plan of action if we're to make it headway. Before you leave, let's consider our approach. The more we learn about this island, the further we get from unraveling its secrets. The voice only you can hear, the Isle Wide Lord and the Seal and the Archive knowledge. Very familiar and her master. Not to mention finding a settlement on such a remote island is passing strange to begin with. But before we get to satisfying our curiosity, we have a more pressing concern to address. Safety. The crew are peerless, yourself included, but I've seen negligence and lack of preparation lay low the finest explorers. Which is why I intend to thoroughly appraise the threats lurking beyond these walls. As our resident freelancer extraordinaire, I want you to fell 3 different species of being and share your findings from each encounter. At the very least, it'll be an opportunity to test that crystal of yours. Provide me with any information you gather. The more you see and share, the more we chip away at that blasted seal. Yippee! I can fucking run out there now. I can go and punch things in the face. That's right, you fucking bandersnatch. Okay. I'll be 100% honest with you. These guys are tanky. Maybe so, Phantom Freelancer does not level up like that. Oh boy. Okay, let's change to... I'll try the monk. I feel like I can tank things in here, versus... I killed multiple things. Let's get him. I'll probably take another one of my antibiotics. Okay, so in order to get the gold pieces don't look like they're going to be too bad of a scenario. Okay, already did. I got all three of them. They're hurt. You encounter a whole herd of gorilla. It's rare indeed to see such notoriously territorial creatures band together. Perhaps a regional adaptation. Let's see, you also vanquished a flying lizard and a bandersnatch. The former are known for their treetop nests, and the latter often found prowling in mountainous regions in search of prey. I'm no naturalist, but they don't sound like species you normally find on an island such as this. I suppose someone could have transported them here, but why go through all that trouble? I can answer that, or at least I could, were it not for that vexatious seal. In other words, we'll be relying on Cypher to document what he finds on his travels. Honestly, I'm starting to think the Iris wasn't far off the mark about you. Roam far and wide, Cypher will help me unseal my vast reserves of knowledge, and thus prove this lumbering clod wrong. The local fauna surveyed, I suggest we now seek signs of former habitation. Okay. Let's level up. Okay. So, to start off with, I need to take a minute here. We'll get too much further into this. I will forget to take this if I keep on going like this. Got my antibiotic taken. I need to attune to this thing before I get. That'll be something I forget to do. Yep, and that's gonna be the first thing I do, ironically. Damn it, they're giving in to my speedy nature. I spy with my little eye something that begins with it. And the stone's apparently for something. Like any good adventure, we start off by getting the lay of the land. That lay of the land might bitch slap me if I get too close to some of these mobs. If I recall Eureka as well as I do. Let's see. I can see the next one. Because I'll die due to a rock bear. Hey, it makes sense being killed by a bear. Tuned to a place called the Crystalline Caverns. So there's gotta be a way into, if they're stating it's a cavern, that means there's an entrance to said caverns. Or at least one would deduce. Oh boy. A Crescent Aether Scab. Oh, I've got to be careful how I navigate. At least right now. But you kind of want to do it as soon as possible. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, well, I guess we'll see how this goes. Cool. Immediate jealous. Somebody's got the car. The van. Oof. I just watched a man get murdered. Like one shot. God, I need to get those wings. I need to get like one set of those wings. I'll find that for a minute. We're doing this. Oh no. Memories of Grand Juice. I guess we don't want to be there. Oh! Oh, fuck! God. Okay, we got him. So if the Simon says go, okay, I get what's going on. You stay away from the ads. Oh no, you go into it. Goodbye. The healer's gonna be busy here. So many dead. So many dead. Including myself. What even is this shit? Oh. think I got it. Stay off that last one. Okay, alright. That's the lightning one. Just stay away from the lightning. And then those are going to teleport to the... Okay, I don't know about that one. I fucking can't figure that one out. There's no light. Ow. Oh, the home stacks don't go away. Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, I get it. That's good. Something on this layer. Ouch. I'm not really sure how to do that. Like the blue circles. Okay. Go off. Go back out. Cover them. Cover them to the outside. Okay. Perfect. Okay, that's good. Trigger it out. We might be screwed here. dragons. No, I was right in the middle. Sorry, I'm getting absolutely bodied. Almost got bit though. Dragons and stuff. Fucking yellow stuff. I'm going too fast on that. Oh boy, this is like a typical one. Oh shit. Oh, oh damn it. We have stupidity. Oh no. I am in realms that I should not be in. Oh damn it. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, you fuckers. Damn it. Ah. Okay, so, unable to equip Viper. Insufficient inventory space. Listen, I went through and fixed that before we even got started. So what's the problem now? My pants? Yes, my pants. Saying I don't have enough space. Oh, actually, in this case, it's my shield. In this case, it was actually my offhand. Surprisingly enough. Okay, that's going to be a dangerous endeavor. I'm pretty sure this is the way you have to go. I'm going to be a little upset if it isn't. Oh, I see where I gotta go. And I'm hoping I'm not DC'd. Nope, okay. Things weren't aggroing me, so I was like, I might be DC'd. Oh, this is lovely back here. Nice big open space, which I usually don't get to see in 14 very often. that's why. I'll fight these guys a little bit. I have a designated tank for this. Oh. That might have been a mistake. Big boy. Looks like the whale's getting back. Oh, cool, gravitational wave. We haven't seen this before. Oh yeah, we can get that coat using currencies. Same thing with the other gear. It's also sellable on the marketplace. Die, fool. Far, far to the north, huh? Before I do anything far, far to the north, I'm going to far, far grab that fucking aetherite. Before something far, far fucks me up. Oh no, not the undead Gubu. The undead Gubus are here. There was another way to access this, wasn't there? I ran through that entire gauntlet for nothing, didn't I? Oh, sweet, we can open those and not have to dismount. Dope. And I also got a bunny, quote unquote. I'll put it in quotes. I got a Bundy. I don't know how much further west I could go. No, my sense of direction would be far. I'd be doing something far to the west and be like, to the west. How far to the west? Are we talking about in the southwest? Okay, I know where it's at. And I ain't happy about it. I'm probably gonna lose this one. Be very surprised if I don't. Yep. Trust me, I know where you're at. I know where you're at now. I just gotta be very careful about how I get there. Oh, I got to be very careful, cause these sixes smack my ass. And not in a good way. They could teach me the true meaning of bullshit. Oh, hello. Aether spun gold. What the fuck is that for? Huh. Not what the pot's looking for, but... Ugh. So, Sonetta, remember the bunnies? And how their treasure was always in the worst possible locations? Uh-huh. That's a mimic. Oh my god, I almost fucking got... this guy... Hug this wall. Gonna treat it like my firstborn child. Gonna hug it deep. Okay. Don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. Look at you. You don't see shit. Even though you're a giant eyeball, you don't see shit. Okay, they saw shit. Oh no! Oh no! I got screwed over by a hole. Yeah, it was in the worst possible place. What can I get for these silk ones? Oh, okay. Ah, this is where you get that airship mount. It takes 5,000 of the silver coins, though. I'm more interested in the gold piece stuff anyway. Okay, so we kind of got a little first taste of our Occult Crescent adventure. So far, it seems like it's going to be, so far, it seems like it's going to be a bit of a grind to get where we need to go. But we'll dig more into that at some other point. But it looks like the auto ad's about ready to kick in, so I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back, folks. have been muted this entire time, everybody. I am sorry. That's a Nashu egg. Don't do it, you fool. That already held the barrel good. The manufacture of my egg-shaped medicine is a closely guarded trade secret, so don't try to make your own at home. Keep safe and stay tuned for the next episode of Inconceivably Further Hildebrand Adventures. So, well, it takes care of Hildebrand. Blah. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Yeah, I'll say let's finish things off with the seasonal event for today. Yeah, it's got some swag. Royal rumblings. The ebullient citizen can hardly contain its enthusiasm for the Gold Saucer festivities. This quest is available for a limited time only. Fair stranger, did you hear of the sensational Gold Saucer festivities currently underway? All who participate are entitled to a handsome MVP bonus, not to mention discounts on a bevy of prizes. A simply unmissable opportunity, I'm sure you'll agree. What's more, I hear they're hosting special triple triad classes for younglings, all taught by the Cardinal of Cards himself, King Elmer III. Which reminds me, a rather peculiar rumor concerning the king has been circulating recently. My friend Oliara works at the Saucer, and by his telling, it's causing much consternation among the staff. Judging by your indomitable gaze and well-worn garb, I wager you're an adventurer. If any of this has whet your appetite for intrigue, I suggest you journey to the Card Square and speak with Olier directly. Look at me blabbling on. I'd best be off, for I shan't rest until every Uldan in the spied city is privy to the Gold Saucer festivities. Wait. Wait. It's cheaper to teleport to the Gold Saucer than it is to take the airship. I think it was just that one day where we tried to freaking stream that we had those issues. Well, I never have, Master Anude. It's a pleasure to see you again. Which of our myriad games and entertainments will you be dabbling in today? You came all this way to discuss the rumor with me? I'm touched you'd take interest in what must seem like a trifling matter, but if you're willing, I'd be ever so grateful for your assistance. Forgive the intrusion. I thought it best that I myself informed you of the details. I am King Elmer, and while it's not technically a royal blood coursing through these veins, my reign over the card square is absolute. Of all of our triple triad playing staff, I am without question the strongest. Alas, an unsavory rumor threatens to topple my metaphorical crown. There are mutterings that the king is no more skilled than a fresh-faced novice. Didn't I beat you already? I am the final hurdle before fledgling players go on to challenge the realm's best triple triad tacticians. Overcoming my curated strategies is paramount to their future standing. Yet my prowess is called into question? Inconceivable! This ordeal has proven rather stressful for King Elmer III, as I'm sure you can appreciate, even the most level-headed among us can unravel during times of crisis. It is worth noting that our records don't indicate any crushing defeats of like to blemish his reputation. As far as the gold saucer is concerned, King Elmer III continues to fulfill his duties with the utmost skill and professionalism. Painstakingly, I have honed my skills, analyzed countless techniques, all that I might prove our guests with thrilling experiences. If this rumor isn't contained, the very meaning of challenging me would be lost. These rumors affect not just King. Oh, sorry, hold on. Blah. Blah. Bleh. These murmurings affect just not the king himself, but the entirety of the card square and all who test their mettle within the gilded confines. We must act swiftly to ensure they spread no further. Before you arrived, we established that none of our colleagues are the origin of the rumor, but the task remains to find those responsible. Can we count on your aid? Yep. Thank you, adventurer. Your assistance is most appreciated. As much as I'd like to help, between my regular duties and teaching the younglings, I simply don't have the time. Please do accept my apologies. Yes, the younglings. Hear lightsaber sounds kick on. Execute Order 66. Order 66. Vader, do what you must. Huh. I suppose we're split up in questions of the patrons. I shall begin my inquiries in Round Square, which leaves Wonder Square in your capable hands. We'll just reconvene at the Aetherite Plaza shortly. rumor must have passed me by, but I just spotted King Elmer III striding off toward Event Square to catch a glimpse of him roaming the saucer. I have a gift from the spinner herself. Yeah, sorry about the spinner. She's not around anymore. Banana. Technically, we did our job a little too well. If you're after the king, I just spotted him here in the square losing a round of triple triad. He got absolutely trounced. There must be something going on. That's because he's being impersonated by a big fat pony. Gazing patron. The notion that the king is anything but a consummate master of triple triad is preposterous. I heard he was around here somewhere, though. What could he have gotten to? Why can't we get a Manderville statue for the house? Ah, adventurer, how fares your investigation? Your findings bear my own. For a blessing, it seems few patrons actually believe the rumor. Although the sightings of a king wandering around outside Card Square are cause for concern. As far as I'm aware, King Elmer III has not left his table. Then we have an apostle on our hands. I am both the very same mind. The motives are unclear, but if they are indeed the source of the rumor, it behooves us to act. Let us make for Event Square and seek out this false king. King Elmer III, what are the chances? We must duel. But of course, prepare yourself for a royal thrashing. Prepare yourself for a royal thrashing. Huzzah! I beat the king. 'Tis true what they say, you're as weak as they come. Bested by one of my subjects? Oh, the shame. Adventurer, have you sighted the pretender? There he is, our false king. Let us approach. Say, do you find folks partake in the lights of Triple Triad? If you're in the mood for a round or two, King Elmer III shall be glad to oblige. I dare say we found the source of the rumor. Rumor? What in the seven hells are you talking about? Wait, you're a gold saucer attendant. You're here to detain me, aren't you? No, I won't let you. I'm not ready to give up my crown. Wait, you charlatan! You can cover a King Elmo III's card safe and secure in a protective case. You better prevent your find all your... Stop. Please accept my apologies for dashing off like that. I'm afraid my efforts were in vain. I soon lost sight of him. Oh, you find something? King Elmer III card. These were commissioned as an exclusive gift for his most ardent fans. The Triple Triad enthusiast, King Elmer III's unwavering decision to the game inspires respect and devotion in equal measure. I'd be willing to bet our imposter is one such fan. With that in mind, I'd like to see this card returned to him. Though I fear he will simply flee should we approach him directly. We need to devise a plan. Why, Mommy! Now then, don't fret. We'll make an announcement and your mother will soon come and get you. Really? You promise? Absolutely. How about we head at somewhere easier to find? We could use this card as bait and lure him. Of course. All announcements found the lost card. He's half the King Elmer the third family. I suspect he is. He'll soon come to collect it. I shall make arrangements right away. In the meantime, I ask you to wait by the main counter for the imposter to appear. A King Elmer III Triple Triad card was recovered at Event Square. We kindly ask the rightful owner to present himself at the main counter. Thank you. Praise Nimia. I fear I lost you for good. Hmm? King Elmer III. Thought I might offer all the my assistance during my break. Little did I know I'd be chasing down an imposter. I can only presume this is him. You there. I think a novice masquerade as the king is a grave threat to the order of Triple Triad. If word spreads that I'm a feeble opponent, what thrill is there to be had in challenging me? Forgive me, that was never my intention. Why commit to such a guise in the first place? Look, I love Triple Triad, but I'm hopeless when it comes to playing. But a mimic you would somehow make me stronger, give me a taste of victory. Then one day, someone mistook me for the real king. I got carried away and started pretending I was you. Obviously, that's no way to improve my game, but... Forget my kingly comportment. It's method and tactics you must imitate. Not intimidate. What the fuck? I'll only have to rigorous analysis of your foe's stratagems will you grow stronger. When I began my journey, I struggled immensely. But by studying my opponents, learning and leveraging their skills, I gradually improved, and thus developed my own identity as a player. Of course, it didn't come easy. Some opponents were difficult to mimic, and only after countless defeats did I carve a path to the throne. In a sense, the king is a composite of all those players I bested along the way. From your telling, the concept of imitation is clearly an intrinsic part of the game. Indeed. To succeed in the world of Triple Triad, you must seek out worthy opponents, commit their tactics to memory, and build up your repertoire. I look forward to the day you face me, not as some pale imitation, but as a fully fledged player with your very own identity. Just you wait. One day I'll be ready to challenge the real King Elmer. Oh, and sorry again for all the trouble I've caused. As it seems the rumor has caused little damage, I decline towards lenience. I hope that strikes you as agreeable, adventurer. Yep. Right, I believe that's case closed. I'm glad we're able to resolve this before any lasting harm was done. You had my gratitude. I better get back to Card Square. Do drop by sometime. I'm relieved we're able to nip this in the bud. By way of thanks, please accept this King Elmer III card. It's one of the very first we had printed from those reserved by King Elmer III himself. A rarity among rarities, if you will. Anyhow, with the festivities still in full swing, I do hope you stay and unwind. After all this talk of Triple Triad, I imagine you're itching to put your acquisition to the test in Card Square. Not really. There are apparently some new people I have to beat, though, at some point. I don't know where they're at, though. Royal rumor repudiated. Excuse me. We got the King Elmer III card. Yeah, I'm actually not sure how they added in 4 new cards, but they're all question marks. Occult Crescent. That place. Yep. Maybe. Well, one of them... Well, actually, one of them's got to be from the Beast Tribe, because the Beast Tribe usually has one somewhere. If I recall right, lingering. Alright, we're gonna wrap things up for today, everybody. It was fun. We got a few things on boxes. We're gonna end up running here for today. We're gonna try to be back tomorrow with Monster Prom. I think I originally said we were gonna do it today, but since Monster Prom 1 isn't that long, we're gonna go ahead and mash Monster Prom 1 and 2 in the same day. Today's Tuesday. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna end up doing. But anyway, thank y'all for stopping by. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. And we'll catch y'all later.